And while I'm sitting at the slide, I'll follow up on the last video and let's talk about Joseph. Joseph's own family, because of jealousy, betrayed him and brought great destruction, sold him as a slave. Some wanted to off him in his family. Then he does the right thing and ends up falsely accused by Potiphar's wife, ends up in prison. Just awful things happened to him, right? But it was a divine setup. He also continued to use the gifts God placed in him wherever he was. And two people had dreams in the prison, and he interpreted those dreams accurately because he was doing, he was using the gifts that God had given him. He had interpretation of dreams, and he begged them to remember him. And 2 long years passed. And then God made sure at the appointed time that the right person remembered Joseph. And he was brought before the leader of the nation and placed in the position of the prime minister over the land. And then his brothers had to come back. And he said to them, "You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good, to save many lives as it is this day." And then I think of Esther when Mordecai told her, "Esther, if you remain silent at this time, deliverance and help will come from elsewhere, but you and your father's house will perish. And who knows that you have come to the palace for such a time as this?" God places us in position strategically for an appointed purpose and time. And we have to be bold and courageous because it's super hard on the human aspect of our lives when God's called us forth to take our stand for righteousness. Esther had to risk her life to go before the highest authority. And but I think about that it was all a launching pad for their destiny and purpose. So it may look really bad in your life right now, but it's probably a divine setup. Just keep doing what you know to do. Keep praying. If God calls you to fast, then fast. Trust him. Keep operating in the gifts that he gave you, and encouraging others and encouraging yourself to get through, because God is faithful, and at the perfect time there will be divine reversal, divine blessings, divine breakthrough, divine restoration, and divine promotion. That's what we stand on. The promises of God are forever. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. Who knows that you were sent forth into the situation you're in except for such a time as this? Who knows that you may be launched out of a type of prison situation into a palace? Who knows that you are placed somewhere like Mordecai, where someone conspired against you like Haman did, and Mordecai ended up being blessed, and the whole thing reversed. God gave dreams to people throughout the Bible, and he remembered his people, and he remembers you today. I'm here to encourage you. God bless you.